Will the State Fair train run this year? That's the big question that our Call 6 Investigates team's been tracking now for more than a month. And tonight, the Indiana Transportation Museum will know its fate and will be closer to answering that big question. Can the fair train run? Call 6 Investigates Paris Lubell live in Noblesville at the Hamilton County building where that decision is set to be made tonight. Paris?
That's right, Jason. More than 10,000 people last year relied on the fair train to actually get to the fair. And this year, they're up in the air if the train will actually run in the first place. That's because the museum has been banned from the tracks for more than 4 months now.
The museum has been banned from the tracks since March. It's after 7 former volunteers blew the whistle on the museum's board of directors, alleging wrongdoings, including questionable financial practices, failure to maintain timely and complete records, and an inability to properly manage the museum. Those whistleblowers were fired after sending the letter to the museum. The museum's president explains to me that it was a difference of ideas on how to run the museum, moving it away from a club to a business. The whistleblower's letter was also sent to the Attorney General and the railroad's owner, the Hoosier Heritage Port Authority, or better known as the HHPA. It's a conglomerate of Fishers, Noblesville, and Hamilton County. They have an agreement to allow the museum to use the tracks, but after the letter, they banned them. The whistleblowers told us that the museum wasn't being truthful to the community about the ban.
At any time, do you guys think you withheld information from the community about what was really going on?
No.
Even for charters and different things like that?
No.
Because of the museum's suspension, they've had to cancel numerous events and special trips. They said they never misled the community, but a recording that we obtained from a museum board meeting tells a different story.
What we should say is the inspections are ordinary, common for us to happen, but this year we're just, the schedules, the inspections are off.
The museum's president said it must have been done in error, and they never meant to hide the fact of the internal problems.
So at tonight's meeting at 7 o'clock, the Port Authority will decide if they'll be allowed back on the tracks. They say they'll be taking many things into consideration, including that recording that we just played for you, as well as among other things, but they wouldn't say what would make or break that decision. Jason?
Paris, before we let you go, if they vote to lift that ban tonight, will that fair train be able to run? It's now less than a month away at this point.
That's still up in the air. Another hurdle for the museum will be the Federal Railroad Administration and reclassifying the actual train itself. We'll have a lot more on that coming up on our report at 11.
Very interesting. Call 6 Investigates Paris Lubell reporting there. Thanks so much. We'll see you back at 11.